Two teams, two 11-win game streaks, and only one will punch a ticket to the national semifinals. The Montana State Bobcats survived a scare against Yale, learned from it, and now return under the Friday night lights of Bozeman, where quarterfinal magic has become tradition. Across the field, the Southland champs, Stephen F. Austin, roll into Montana as one of the hottest teams in the country after canceling a home and home with these same Bobcats a year ago. Now, they finally meet, and the stakes couldn't be higher. I'm your host, Nathan Johnston. It's time to break the huddle. And what a game we have here on Friday night for the FCS quarterfinals and the playoffs. Played in Bobcat Stadium, Montana, Bozeman, Montana. Friday night, ESPN, 9 p.m. kickoff, kind of a late one between the SF Austin, and I'm drawing a blank on their mascot, between FS Austin and Montana State. What a matchup we have here. Now, quarterfinal matchup, like I mentioned, both teams enter on 11-game win streak. Montana survived last week against Yale, 21-13. Wasn't pretty, but it was definitely a growth moment for them. This is a team that is used to putting up points, and they're used to playing very good defense. And Yale gave them a run for their money. Yale had nothing to lose in that game, and Montana State comes out on top. Head coach Brent Vigen said, quote, "This time of year is about moving forward. We're fortunate because we made the plays we needed to." And he's exactly right. You get to any type of playoff situation, whether it's FBS, FCS, survive and move on. That's the name of the game. You'll have fans, you'll have media talk about how bad you played, how good you played. Doesn't matter. A win is a win, and you got to win football games to move on. And that's exactly what Montana State did. Last year, Montana State dominated Idaho 52-19 in this same Friday night quarterfinal spot. On the other sideline, SF Austin started off the season 0-2. Since then, they've won 11 straight to win the Southland, which has been incredible. And we see this happen a lot. We see teams start off really slow, and over the time through the season, the progression of the season, little by little, here they come, making momentum. And we see that with Georgia. Georgia started off slow. Everyone kind of questioned them. Yes, they've won 11 games and the SEC title, but they're peaking at the right time. SF Austin is one of those teams as well. Last week, they beat Abilene Christian in a close one, 41-34 in the second round. They were able to make just a few more plays than Abilene Christian, who's a very good team. Again, like I mentioned in the intro, SF Austin actually canceled their home and home in 2024. But sooner or later, it was bound to bite them. We always talk about karma. Well, now they get to go to Bozeman anyway. And it's not only going to Bozeman, it's for one of the biggest games of their lives in the quarterfinals of the FCS playoff. Let's talk about Montana State for a minute, specifically with their offense, starting with quarterback Justin Lamson. He's a dual threat, playing at an elite level right now. 2,400 plus yards passing, 71% completion rate, 20 touchdowns, and only 2 picks. This dude is lights out. Plus, 645 rushing yards on the ground and 11 rushing touchdowns. The engine of Montana State's physical rushing identity. Oh, and just to add for you guys, they've got 2 dynamic running backs. Julius Davis, over 900 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns. Adam Jones, over 800 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns plus receiving value. Julius Davis is more of a downhill runner. Adam Jones can get out in space, catch footballs, and move forward. He can do it all kind of back. Then we talk about their elite wide receiver core, starting with Taco Dowler. He is a difference maker. At 61 catches, 751 yards receiving, and 5 touchdowns. This dude's a difference maker. But again, it all starts with the run game. Montana State is a team that wants to beat you with physicality. That starts with their running quarterback, starts with their running play, starts with their offensive line, pushing and getting that first punch up front. This is an identity check, though. They feast on running the ball. Fourth in FCS in rushing yards per game. 234 rushing yards per game. Montana State simply wants to out-physical you. They're going to test your will. They're going to test your physicality and see if they can out-tough you, out-physical you. They also have 433 yards total per game and 36 points per game, ranked 9th in FCS. So they've got a lot of talent offensively. I think going into this game, they're looking to grow from the previous game against Yale, right? That was a growth moment for them. Now they're emotional, but they're focused. The relationship between Davis and Vigan reaffirmed this week. They're going to come out swinging on the run game. There's no doubt about it. Let's talk about their defensive backbone. It all starts and ends with defense. Defense wins championship games. Offense can put up points. Defense has to hold on the other side. And that's exactly what Montana State is very good at doing. Only giving up 316 yards per game, ranked 11th in FCS, and only 16.8 points per game allowed on defense as well, 6th in the FCS. So very balanced attack on defense, only giving up 197 per game passing and 1,118 on the ground. They bend minimally, break rarely, especially at home in Bozeman, Montana. This is a special atmosphere, and if you guys have never been to Bozeman, Montana, it is fantastic. Beautiful weather, beautiful scenery, great people all around. You got to get out there. I want to get out there myself. I'm gonna try to get out to an FCS game next year once this channel really starts to skyrocket. Let's talk about the other sideline. Stephen F. Austin. They are a program to be reckoned with. Like I said, started out 0-2, finished 11-2 on the season. Now they're rolling. And that all starts with quarterback Sam Vidlak. It's extremely efficient. 67% completion rate. 2,400 plus yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 INTs. Running back Gerald Wembley, 942 yards, rushing 9 touchdowns. And their wide receiver, Kylon Harris, one of the best in FCS, hands down. 75 receptions, 983 yards receiving. Incredible. 10 touchdowns through receiving. Let's talk about SF Austin's team identity. Ranked 34th in FCS in yards per game. Not the greatest, not the worst. 396 yards per game. 36 points per game, ranked 14th in FCS. They score with pace. They like to go at their pace. They like to control the clock. Passing game is dangerous, though. 29 touchdowns through the air this year, ranked 10th in FCS. Insane. But the real story for SF Austin, the defense. And like I said earlier with Montana State, championships are won or lost with defense. So let's talk about it. They're only allowing 266 yards per game on defense, second in the entire FCS, and only giving up 16.7 points per game allowed, fifth in FCS. Top 20 pass defense, top 3 run defense. Going to be hard to play against if you're Montana State. And thankfully for Montana State, you have the home field advantage. This isn't a finesse Southland team. This is a physical gap sound unit built to stop exactly what Montana does well. Montana State does well, excuse me. And then the key matchups, right? You got to look at the key matchups for this one. And it all starts with Montana State's rushing attack versus SFA's run defense. Montana State, 234 rushing yards per game, ranked 4th. South. Stephen F. Austin, only giving up 88 rushing yards per game, ranked 3rd in FCS. This is the matchup that decides the game. I'm telling you right now. And then the second matchup to look out for, Justin Lamson, quarterback for the Montana State Bobcats. against SF Austin's discipline. How will Lamson's legs be a factor in this one? How can he extend drives? And on the other side of the ball defending, Stephen F. Austin excels at staying in lanes and forcing quarterbacks to beat them from the pocket. And that's big because the Bobcats thrive on getting out in space. Can SF Austin contain them? And number 3, Kylon Harris versus the Montana State secondary. We talk about Harris's ability to make plays in space. 75 catches, 10 touchdowns. This guy is a weapon to be reckoned with. The type of guy that'll keep the defensive coordinator up at night. Montana State pass defense allows only 16 passing touchdowns all season long. That's crazy. 16 passing touchdowns, which means you're going to have to beat them on the ground. Can Montana State keep him from flipping the game with explosives? If you can stay in front of them, you're going to have a good chance. Home field advantage, though. Friday night in Bozeman, Montana, packed stadium. It's going to be packed, cold, windy, and a true difference maker for a Texas opponent. Now, it's not to say that SF Austin hasn't played in cold weather. We're not saying that at all. But what we are saying is Montana home field advantage is vastly different than the home field advantage you're used to in FCS playoffs. It's just different. Montana State's X factors, drive finishing. I keep saying South. SF Austin allows only 16.7 points per game. Montana State must turn red zone trips into touchdowns, not field goals. You're not going to beat SF Austin with field goals. You're just not, especially in this cold weather. You're going to have to control the run game, control the run attack, get your quarterback Lamson in open space to make plays. On the other side, for Stephen F. Austin, their X factor. Well, look, they're looking to jump ahead early and make Montana State lean more on the passing game. The Lumberjacks can tilt this game into their style, and there's no doubt about that. If Stephen F. Austin gets ahead early in this one, look for Montana State to have to depend more on Lamson's ability to throw the ball. Final word for this game. This is a heavyweight quarterfinal. 2 contrasting identities, 2 elite defenses, 2 elite quarterbacks. Montana State knows this stage. They've been here before, guys. Stephen F. Austin believes they belong on it. Something's going to give Friday night in Bozeman, and it might just be a ticket to the semifinals. So, with all this being said, you've got a program that has been there, done that before. You've got a program that's riding a high 11-game win streak. Who comes out on top? Well, for me, it's simple. Give me Montana State. I think their ability to run the ball, control the clock in this cold weather, and their ability to play defense is just too much for FS Austin. I think SF Austin has a fantastic team. I think they're going to put up a fight. But playing cold Montana weather in December, it's just different, and that's the difference maker in this one for me. Montana State's more physical, more dominant, and they're going to show it from the beginning, from the opening kickoff. Give me the Montana State Bobcats to win in a close one. Give me them winning 34-24. I think it's a high-scoring game. I think we're in for a good one. Be sure to drop your score predictions down below. Give this video a like. Subscribe down below. Help us get to 1,000 subs. We really appreciate all of the support so far. And let us know down in the comments as well. Who do you have winning the FCS championship this year? Going to be some great teams that end up there this year. And be sure to check us out Saturday at 3:30 p.m. on ESPN. Well, we'll be on YouTube. Check us out 3:30 CBS for the Army-Navy game, as we will be giving in-game live commentary and analysis for the Army-Navy game. You won't want to miss out. We'll see you then. It's time to break the huddle.